Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name's Michaela and I make diamond painting videos here on this channel. And first of all, I want to apologize in advance. My voice is sounding very croaky. I don't think it's coming off that way, but I've tried this intro twice already and I've had to clear my throat dramatically both times. And I'm like, dang, this is just not, it's just not how it's gonna be today. So my apologies if I have to throat clear in the middle of this video, because honestly, there's not a chance I'm starting this over a third time. Well, this is the third time, but third time's the charm, right? But anyways, welcome. And if you're new to Whip and Chat videos and you're wondering what I'm talking about, in these videos, I work on my current work in progress, which today is the Fairy Tales Mini Dazzles from Diamond Art Club. This might come as a surprise because I think I've only chatted about working on these Mini Dazzles in the month of February like one time. But why I'm working on this project particularly is because my two really dear friends, Katie from Diamonds and Washi and Kate from Diamond Painting and Dr. Pepper, are doing a diamond painting event called Fairy Tales and Folklore, and I want to loosely participate with a diamond painting, and this is kind of what fit into the schedule, I guess. I decided I kind of wanted to work on it mid-month, and it's literally mid-month. It is Sunday, February 15th, so definitely mid-month. I knew I wanted to kit this up, and that's what I did this afternoon, and we're gonna work on it together, and feel free to pull out whatever you're working on. Work alongside me while I'm chatting. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this Whip and Chat, and let's get right on into it. Alrighty, so as for my accessories, for my pen, I am just using my Donna Bass pen that I always use. In my glue dots, in my single placer, I have my glue dots, and in my thin metal 8 placer from Diamond Art Club, I have Randa's Crafty Corner putty. And then for my tray today, I cannot remember if I've used this in a Whip and Chat in the last couple of weeks, but in case I haven't, I knew I wanted to use in a Whip and Chat. This is the Casey Ventures tray. It's the end of an era tray, and it's really nice because it's a more ergonomic tray. I'm trying to think how you would hold it. I'm a lefty, which, by the way, they made an announcement that they're releasing trays that are made for lefties because, you know, the holes kind of on the side here, they're really nice if you want to like put your fingers through, but if you're a lefty like I am, that doesn't really work because I don't know how to diamond paint with my right hand, and you can't really do that with your right hand here. Like you can't hold it with the way the grooves are. So I think that's really neat that that's something that they are working on getting added to their shop. But anyways, this is their end of an era tray with the fun silhouette of Taylor. And yeah, I'm gonna be using this tray today. And then I figured we could pick our mini dazzle together because you wanna know something? I don't know which mini dazzle I want to work on, and this isn't something I've unboxed on the channel, so I figured we could just kind of take a look at them together and see what we want to work on together. So let's take a look and see. So we have, yeah, Snow White here. You would think I'd be so well versed in my fairy tales. I'm fully not, but we have Snow White. We have, this is a Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh, I do really like Jack and the Beanstalk. That is such a cool fairy tale. This is Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the like colors of this one. Okay, Cinderella. Ooh, love her yellow. Then we have Rapunzel, of course. Oh, I do love a good Rapunzel. This is unhelpful. Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. The one that stood out to me the most was this one. This is the only one, this is the Snow White one. This is the only one that incorporates, I think, oh, no, that's not true. I thought it was the only one that incorporated the black, and I've never worked with a black fairy dust drill before. I just thought that sounded kind of intriguing, but, I guess it doesn't really matter which one we start with, so we can totally start with Snow White, and then, I don't know. It really doesn't matter. Let's start with Snow White. So let me go ahead and take the plastic off of here. What I love about Diamond Art Club's Mini Dazzles is that the writing on the side here is just literally on the plastic cover, and when you take this off, there's not going to be that. I will advise though, if you ever take off these plastic, you know, covers from your Mini Dazzles, I don't believe these are double-sided like their newer release paper, not release paper, but like cover paper is. So do not try to stick this back on backwards. Make sure the writing is legible. Otherwise you will deal with a headache at a later point in time. But anyways, let me go ahead, grab my first color. How I kit up my mini dazzles is I kit them up in baggies. These are really truly a lot of what the baggies that come with the diamond paintings are used for, are kitting up mini dazzles because it's just convenient. I just really like how convenient they are. But anyways, I don't know. I have them separated by color family. I guess that's the best that we'll get. We can start with the black, the part I'm most excited about. But anyways, hello guys. Let me get you actually zoomed in just a little bit more here. We can put this here. I hope everyone's having a really fabulous Sunday. Like I said, it is Sunday, February 15th. It's the day after Valentine's Day. So I hope that if you celebrated Valentine's Day with a partner, or if you are like me and celebrated, you know, Single Awareness Day or whatever, or just hung out with friends, I hope you had a really nice day yesterday and a really nice weekend. It's always fun, right, when Valentine's Day lands on a weekend? I don't know, listen, I wouldn't know. I'm too chronically single for that, but I imagine it's nice, you know, when it falls on a weekend. But anyways, I hope everyone had a really nice weekend. Mine was good. What did I end up doing this weekend? Friday. What did I do Friday? I feel like this weekend, I feel like every single weekend it's kind of a blur. I don't even know why that is. I cannot get this drill to stick. What in the world is it cupped? Is it cupped a little bit? No, apparently my glue dot is too sticky for the, for the actual, like, painting. It's a very sticky poured glue though. But anyways, yeah, so Friday, what did I do on Friday? I worked, and then did I edit the vlog on Thursday? I actually think I was pretty good this week and edited my diamond painting vlog on Thursday, which was really nice and helpful. Sometimes I wait until Friday to edit the vlogs, and it is just not, it's not the move. I do not recommend. But yeah, everything came out of the tray really nicely. This is a nice tray. It kind of reminds me of my Firefly tray a little bit in terms of size. I think it's a tiny bit smaller than my Firefly tray, but it is a good size, especially for a mini dazzle, because, you know, the mini dazzles are pretty small. Like, you're not going to need to put a ton of drills into your tray to begin with. So yeah, I really do enjoy this tray a lot, and they are actually sponsoring Mini DP Madness as well, in case you are curious. But anyways, off topic a little bit. Yeah, so I worked on Friday, and oh, you know what had happened is I had gotten my sneak peek in the mail on Friday. So I got that video up for you guys, and it was the Cosmic Road by Victoria King, and that was so pretty to unbox. I don't know what it was. It was like giving me like vibes of like a hybrid of like a landscape and a seascape and an outer space like landscape. It just gave me all the vibes. It was really, really pretty to unbox, and I hope everyone that wanted that this weekend was able to get it. I do think it is still in stock, which is awesome, in case you are still, you know, thinking about grabbing it at some point in the near future. Which actually, I'll touch on this now. I did purchase over the weekend from Diamond Art Club, and I don't know whether or not I was expecting the Jeremiah Kettner to sell out. I really don't feel like I was expecting the Jeremiah Kettner to sell out. But that one totally sold out within like 2 minutes, and I am so glad I grabbed it, because that Jeremiah Kettner is so pretty. It's the Cyber Cat Lucky something. Wait, Lucky Cat Cyber something. It's like a four-word name. I never remember what the name is, but it's a really pretty Kettner, and I feel like Jeremiah Kettner, actually quite similarly to Chrisabug for me, is a very hit or miss artist in terms of diamond paintings that I will purchase. Like, number one, a lot of Jeremiah Kettners actually come in round diamonds. I feel like his artwork lends itself better to round diamonds, but round drills aren't necessarily like always my top favorite. Like, I like rounds, don't get me wrong. I know people are pretty like team square or team round, you know, blah, blah, blah. I feel like if I like had the choice between the two, I'm definitely in the camp of like Team Square. Oh, this blue fairy dust is so pretty. But you know, when it comes to buying artwork on a new release weekend, I do take into consideration personally the drill shape to an extent. Like if there's a painting that I'm on the fence about and it's in rounds, that would be more of a deterrent for me personally. I feel like a lot of people are the opposite, where if it's in rounds, that's a good thing, because rounds usually means that it's going to be a little bit on the smaller side. I am such a like bigger is better kind of person. Like I love a good big detailed diamond painting with a bunch of things going on, and of course I love a good snack size too, but I don't know. But this Jeremiah Kettner came out in a square, so that felt like a no-brainer for me, and it was a really pretty one. I remember voting on it. There's a few Jeremiah Kettners that have been in voting in, I feel like there were a couple or maybe one in a more-ish recent Halloween voting that I would die if we got. I feel like Jeremiah Kettner's artwork is so freaking pretty. Oh, I was saying how his artwork can be hit or miss for me diamond painting wise, similarly to Chrisabug. So yeah, I feel like a lot of that reason is because a lot of it comes out in rounds and it's just a little bit more simple artwork, but like that does not change the cuteness factor. Like they are so freaking cute. His artwork is so fun. And I've been lucky enough to be able to sneak peek a Kettner, and it was the one from Black Friday, the Home Bunny. That one was so freaking cute. It was around. I don't even care. Like, I just love it, love it, love it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I was expecting the Kettner to sell out. I don't know why though that I wasn't expecting that, because it doesn't really surprise me the more I think about it. But I did grab it yesterday. Oh, look at this green. Not distracted Michaela coming in clutch. But look how gorgeous this green fairy dust drill is. Oh, I love fairy dust so much. They're so freaking gorgeous. But yeah, really glad I grabbed that painting yesterday. But I just wanted to point that out. I don't know where I was going with that statement, but anyways, back to the weekend, I guess. Friday, I really don't know what I did Friday. We could pretend Friday didn't exist, because in my head, apparently, it did not exist. I probably watched some of the Olympics, yeah? I don't know, I've been having it on as, like, background noise, which I love. I love a good Olympics background noise. I'm so sad that only happens every couple of years. I'm actually really curious, are you guys more summer or winter Olympic people? I'm personally more of a summer Olympics person. I think I just prefer the sports more in the Summer Olympics, but I have found the Winter Olympics really fun to watch, and I haven't really watched as much of the figure skating as I wish I, could be watching. I feel like I never catch it at the right time. But I do love figure skating. I feel like that's definitely my favorite. But you want to know something is yesterday I hung out with one of my friends, and we ended up watching the Olympics, and it was weird because, well, obviously I knew it wasn't going to be live because it was at 5 o'clock at night, and they're in Italy for the Winter Olympics, so I knew it wasn't going to be anything live, but, ooh, my charger scared me. It kind of fell a little bit. I knew it wasn't going to be live, but I kind of figured there would be something on the NBC channel for replays, but they took a break. NBC took a break between, I think, 5 to 8 for the All-Star basketball game or something. I don't really know what that was about, but I ended up having to go into Peacock and picking what they had, kind of quote-unquote live at the moment, which ended up being curling. And curling is such an interesting sport to watch. If you've never watched curling before, I recommend. It's very interesting. From what I understand, it gives almost shuffleboard vibes, but on ice. And I just find it so interesting because you have, I think they call it the stone. I think the big puck looking thing that they have is the stone. And they're trying, someone's throwing it, and then, not throwing it, but carefully releasing it out in the ice or whatever. And you have a couple other people on your team taking, I think, brooms. I made a joke to my friend about oh, these look like brooms, or something like that, and that's the actual name of them. That's what they were calling them on the TV, so maybe they are brooms. I think that's what I was calling it, at least. And they sweep the ice or whatever to clean off the ice so it keeps moving. It's so interesting. I don't know, it was just very entertaining to watch. So we ended up watching curling for like 2.5 hours. So I feel like I know so much about curling. I feel like it almost like also gives partially like bowling in the sense of like, I don't know, there's like, well, okay, no, this isn't really like bowling. I'm making this part up. But like, it reminded me of bowling because like there are like 10 different, well, I guess maybe bowling is not the right term. I'm absolutely losing my mind. But like, okay. There are like 10 different rounds. That's not bowling. That would not be bowling. But you have like 10 different, like, or maybe 7 or 8 different rounds within those 10 rounds. I'm losing my mind. I actually know nothing. I know nothing about curling aside from watching it for 2.5 hours. But anyways, that made no sense. But anyways, we did that. But then going back to yesterday, what else did I do yesterday? Yesterday I ended up going to the casino with my parents yesterday, later morning into the afternoon, which was really fun. Always enjoy, of course, going there, and went out to lunch with them as well. My mom and I decided to eat at the restaurant at the casino. That's, I've talked about it a few times, but it's really decked out as like, what I always compare it to is the record store diamond painting. Cause literally like the inside of the restaurant, it just gives very like record vibes. But a lot of it is like decorated, like showing off the like band people, my brain is just so not working. I guess band people, sure, band members who were, I think, born in Wisconsin. Like, they're really trying to showcase those who are born in Wisconsin, which I think is a really cool kind of concept for a restaurant. So, yeah, so I went out to, you know, lunch with my parents, and we ended up at the casino for quite a bit, and that was a lot of fun. We were there, yeah, for a while, and then came back home, and then, yeah, I had my friend come over. We ended up having Culver's for dinner, which was really good. I ended up having buffalo chicken tenders, which I haven't had the buffalo chicken strips from Culver's in a really long time, and they were really good. They were a little bit spicy, but they weren't as spicy as I was anticipating. I used to not really be a spice person, but I feel like I've grown and I do enjoy spice quite a bit now. So I got that, you know, French fries, the whole Culver's, you know, thing. I thought about getting a burger instead of the chicken tenders, because again, I don't usually get the chicken tenders, but I had a burger at lunch, so I decided against getting a burger for dinner as well. So yeah, my friend came over and we just hung out and watched the Olympics and ate dinner and chatted, and that was really a lot of fun. Always super nice to see her. And then I was so tired. I was so tired last night. I tried diamond painting a little bit when she left, but I feel like this weekend I haven't really gotten like a ton of diamond painting done, which always makes me like a little bit sad when that happens, because I like, you know, I would love to get more diamond painting done on my weekends. Weirdly enough, I feel like I get a lot more diamond painting done during my week. I don't know if that's because like I'm home more. Well, I don't think I'm ever really gone on the weekends, but I don't know, something about the structure and the routine of like working from 7:30 to 4:30 and then doing whatever YouTube stuff I have, you know, going on until like 6 or 6:30, showering, and then diamond painting the rest of the night. Like, it's just so strictly built into my routine that I feel like over the weekend I don't really know what to do with myself as much. So I don't know. I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like I didn't get a lot of diamond painting time in. Which again, totally fine. I definitely tonight plan to diamond paint, and I think my plan is to work on this little mini dazzle set, just back to front, because I really don't think it's going to take me that long to do. This set definitely seems pretty straightforward. They are full diamond paintings. They're not like partials, meaning that the entire background you diamond paint, obviously like minus the frame, but they're not like, I don't know, one of the partial diamond paintings. So yeah, I should be able to finish this project pretty quickly, like probably within a day or two. So yeah, I definitely plan on working on this tonight. But anyways, so yeah, that was yesterday. Yesterday was very fun, a little bit busy, but very, very fun. And then today I slept in a little bit. Did I actually? No, I really feel like I wanted to sleep in, but then I ended up waking up at like 8, which tracks for me. Honestly, 8 o'clock is kind of sleeping in. I get up at 7 o'clock on my normal work days, so sleeping in till 8 really is kind of sleeping in. But I slept in and then diamond painted a little bit, chilled, went over to my parents' house for a little while, had lunch over there, and then came back home and I actually did a bunch of housework, which was really, really needed. I don't know, I just feel like I've neglected the housework, and so it was really good to kind of get some of that stuff done. And yeah, I don't know, it brings me into a good perspective going into the new work week. So glad I did that. But I don't know, after I was done doing all my like housework and cleaning or whatever, I was so tired. I was so tired. I debated laying down for a nap. I think at one point I like laid on my couch, but ended up not napping. I ended up taking a shower instead to wake me up. Because it was like 3:30 by that point. I didn't want to necessarily like actually start taking a nap at, you know, 3:30. I don't know, I just didn't want to like not be able to sleep tonight. So, yeah, I did not end up napping. But like, if I had like maybe tried starting to nap at like, or you know what I mean? Yeah, starting to try to nap at like 2 or 2:30, that could have been a different story, but it was a little too late in the afternoon. I didn't want to accidentally ruin the sleep schedule, so I showered instead. But yeah, otherwise today was pretty chill. I mean, I was home all day and I kitted up this diamond painting, which I'm really thrilled about. I'm really glad to be working on it. I really wasn't sure if I was going to get around to, you know, this kit this month. But I'm like, well, might as well kit it up and then just kind of do it back to front, and then you can get back to your regularly scheduled programming with your other whips. So that is exactly what I did. Really glad I, you know, did that. Which, speaking of mini dazzles, I talked about how I wanted to do a year-long project with my birthstones mini dazzles that I got from Diamond Art Club recently, and I actually think I've changed my mind. I didn't mind the fact that I didn't start it right away in January, but for whatever reason, I just didn't really want to do that as a year-long project this year. I don't know. I just didn't really feel like kitting up that project particularly, and so I didn't. So I put it in the closet. So maybe next year I'll end up doing the birthstones mini dazzles as a year-long project, and you know, I can like start it in January, and it could be like a true full year. But yeah, that's okay. I know there are other people that are using those as a year-long project, so I'll live vicariously through them this year. But yeah, that's okay. I'm not too mad about that. But yeah, I made that decision earlier this week, so I figured I'd keep you guys posted. I meant to tell you in the vlog, and then I totally didn't. But yeah, otherwise, I guess like things that happened this weekend, I'm not really sure anything else really happened this weekend. I mean, it was overall pretty chill. Like, it was all, you know, fun stuff, nothing crazy. And yeah, plan-wise for me tonight, I'm definitely going to chill and diamond paint and hopefully get through a couple of these mini dazzles. That would be ideal. What else? Maybe listen to some of my audiobook, and yeah, it'll be a really, really nice and chill evening. And then plan-wise for me this week, I feel like I don't really have any plans this week. Do I? I really don't think I do. I'm not going to the office this week. Should be a pretty chill week at home, I think. So that'll be nice. Yeah, I feel like I'm so boring. Like nothing's really going on. But no, it'll be really nice to just kind of have a nice, you know, week at home and just, you know, working, and then getting some videos filmed and all that fun stuff. And funnily enough, I literally have no idea what videos I'm gonna put up this week YouTube-wise. I have no idea. Natalie, Diet Coke and Diamonds, you guys know her. she just uploaded her video picking her bracket for Mini DP Madness, and I was thinking I really should do my bracket video, but at the same time, I'm actually contemplating, I don't know, initially when I decided that I wanted to work on the Pretty Little Gems, well, initially, so I bought a few Pretty Little Gem sets, and I bought the Halloween and the Halloween treats, and I wanted to put those head to head. I think each of the sets has 12 mini canvases, and that I made the decision to do before I decided to go back to multi-whipping, and I don't necessarily know if I want to start 2 mini sets during Mini DP Madness and then just having a bunch of minis that I still need to finish after the event ends, because let's be real, like, I am not just going to be working on minis throughout the month of March. Like, I'm probably going to pull in my bigger projects still. Obviously there's no, you know, right or wrong way to do Mini DP Madness. And if you have no idea what I am talking about, what is Mini DP Madness? It's an event that I co-host with some friends, and they're basically it's a really chill event, and you work on mini diamond painting sets, like a paint gem or like a mini dazzle like I'm currently working on. This would totally count had I worked on it in March. And you know, there's no right or wrong way to do the event. You can work on, like, you know, one mini canvas a week. You can focus in on like an entire set for the entire month. And when I had picked working on the entire set for the entire month, that was when I only had, you know, 1 whip going, and I thought that would be my only whip. And so now I'm like, do I really want to incorporate like 24 different mini canvases into my like whip rotation this year? So my video's still a little bit TBD. I would like to work on a Pretty Little Gem. Honestly, I guess what I could do is not do the bracket element of the event. And obviously the bracket is definitely, what's the word? Optional regardless. Like, it's not a requirement. I just really thought I would do a bracket this year. But I'm not like mad about not doing a bracket. I just don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. So, I don't know, I guess a little bit to be determined on that, but I thought about maybe this week doing my bracket video if I do decide to do a bracket, but yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know if I am. So, yeah, I really don't know what I'm filming this week video-wise. I don't know, the last couple weeks I've been feeling like I have no video ideas because I really haven't been filming any unboxings recently aside from like sneak peeks. I haven't really been doing any haul videos. I haven't been doing any of my Unboxing the Horde series, and I don't know. I feel like that definitely takes up a good amount of like videos. So, I mean, hey, let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you want to see from me in the near future, but, yeah, so anyways, we are reaching the 30-minute mark. Let me get my camera cleared real quick and I will be back. Anyways, so I already know that I touched on some diamond painting stuff during the weekend talk, but I guess what I bought from Diamond Art Club this weekend, well, like I said before, I purchased the Jeremiah Kettner painting, which again, really glad I was able to snatch. Yeah, again, I really was not expecting that to sell so quickly, but I am really glad, like, for Jeremiah Kettner and for Diamond Art Club that it sold so fast. So that's really awesome. And then with it, I ended up finally getting my hands on Amsterdam Canal by Image World. You guys do not understand how long this has been on my wish list, and I just haven't picked up. I was seriously hoping, because it restocked on like a Wednesday or a Thursday of last week. It might have been Thursday. And I was sitting here just like desperately hoping that it would not go out of stock before the weekend drop, because I really wanted to be able to snatch the both of those at the same time. And I feel like luck was on my side with that one. So I was able to grab that painting. Oh, I love Amsterdam Canal. And funnily enough, I was just talking about in my vlog video how there was another recent restock. It was Rainbow Flower Power by Stuart Lars, I think. Honestly, I kind of thought that was an Art Beat Studio, and I even might have mentioned as such in the vlog. It's not Art Beat Studio, it's Lars Stewart, who, by the way, I think is married to Amy Stewart, which is, oh wait, Lars Stewart. Oh. Oh, that would make sense. Yeah. Yeah, that would. They're married. I did not know that. I saw that on Instagram today because I was actively trying to like seek out his Instagram to find it. And then I saw this post with him and Amy Stewart and I was like, this is the cutest thing ever. That is such a power couple. I love it for them. But that painting had restocked and it was in stock for a good few days, but that wasn't a painting that I really wanted to... I guess I wanted to wait out till the weekend just to see if there was anything I could tack on. And then by the time Friday came along, Friday or Saturday, I think it was actually Friday, that painting had unfortunately sold out. And so I'm like, all right, fine. So over the weekend, I bought Amsterdam Canal and I bought the new Jeremiah Kettner. Well, this morning, I get a message from Natalie's mom. And she tells me, she goes, hey, Michaela, Rainbow Flower Power is back in stock. And there must have been a warehouse sweep. So it was, you know, low stock. And I messaged her back and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to sit on this for a few minutes. Like, if it's still here in a few minutes, then maybe I'll grab it. The thing is, like, I knew if I were going to get it, I would want to use points. I didn't want to add it to the cart, go to get points, then have it get out of stock, and then me have to email Diamond Art Club to get my points back on my account. That felt like a lot of work. And I waited like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I looked again, and it was still in stock. You know, still low stock, but it was in stock. Got my points, redeemed, got Rainbow Flower Power. Self-control went out the window. You know what I think could be so cool though with Rainbow Flower Power is if I felt so inclined to get another copy of that painting, so I would have 2 copies, right? It would be really, really cool to do like almost like a comparison project, but it's not really a comparison project. Actually, I think the best way for me to explain this is to show you guys what I mean. Let me get this drill color back into the bag and then I'll pull up the image so that way you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Because I don't think, if you don't know the artwork, it's not really going to make a whole lot of sense. Let me pull this up really quickly. Okay, so this is the original artwork here. Really pretty flowers, and we can see that there is some white background going on. Not a ton of it, but there is some. What I would think would be really, really cool as like a comparison project, I don't really think, it's not really a comparison project, but it would be really cool to, instead of the white, do black in those spots. I would be really curious to see them next to each other completed and just see how much like the differences were like the black will pop more than the white and just kind of see how that would look. I don't know, but like I don't think it's worth necessarily buying a whole second copy for, especially because it's so little of the painting. I guess maybe if I unbox the one when I get it, I can see just how much of the white there is. But honestly, if there's not a ton, I missed one of the big E's. How did I do that? Yeah, if there's like a lot of the white background, that could be fun to do, but if there isn't, it might not be, I don't know, might not be worth it, but I feel like that would be kind of fun, but not something I'm actually that pressed to do. But that could be a fun thought if I ever, I mean, listen, if another copy randomly landed in my lap, then maybe, but you want to know something? I'm not sure I'd necessarily go out of my way to buy a second copy of that, so that probably will never happen. But yeah, okay, so his name is Lars Stewart, married to Amy Stewart. Oh my god, that is a power couple. I am so obsessed with that. I love it. You learn something new every freaking single day. Every single freaking day. That is so cute. That is so cute. I love it. I don't know why I didn't put the last names together before. I don't even care. That is so cute. But yeah, so that is my purchasing story and how I ended up with Rainbow Flower Power after all. Well, I guess I technically don't know yet. I mean, for all I know, I think I grabbed the last copy because right after I purchased, it went out of stock. It's always possible that I'll end up with the email that was like, your copy was damaged. I cannot speak today. So if that happens, of course, I'll let you guys know and I'll, re-sign up for restock notifications. But obviously, I hope that doesn't happen. I would love my copy, but I think I have enough in my stash, if that were to happen, to last me the next, few months or so at least. It was funny because a couple months ago, we had a pretty big snowstorm, but On Track still brought my order in the mail, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, at least, you know, I will not get bored in this snowstorm now that I have 2 extra diamond paintings just to add to my hoard. Yeah, that's what I bought this weekend, I guess / today, but the third one was with points. Shout out to the points. The points are always there for purchases where you're like, well, you know this is like not the best decision, but we're gonna do it anyways. Yeah, that's what I bought. And what else diamond painting wise has been going on? Like I said, I'm working on this mini dazzle set for the Fairy Tales and Folklore event, and you know, as much as I really wanted to have a bigger project going for this event, this makes more sense, I think, for what the whips I currently have going now, and it's a way to participate without being like, I don't know, dedicating an entire huge project. So really glad to be participating, glad it's a little bit more low-key, and just happy to be supporting friends as always. So yeah, participating in that event. What else has been going on over here? I don't really feel like a lot has been going on. So I want to bring back, I had kindly stolen the idea from Katie, Diamonds and Washi. She does a segment at the end of her Whip and Chats where she's chatting about her reading, watching, and listening to, and I did that for a bit of time and then I stopped doing it, and I love listening to her talk about what she's reading, watching, and listening to. So I'm like, well, you know what? Why not bring it back? Because if you guys are not new here, or if you are new here, I mean, or if you're not, I like to cycle through a lot of different media when I'm either diamond painting or just in my downtime in general. And so I feel like it could be really fun to just chat about like what's currently going on in terms of like my reading, watching, and listening to. So figured we could chat about that for a little bit. But as for reading, I'm reading 3 books right now, which is insane for me. That is not something. Also, a drill definitely went flying and I don't know where it went. I would love to find it, but that is fine. I'm very protective of my drills. Where'd they go? I don't know. So I'm currently reading 3 different books. What color do I want to do? My distraction levels are so out the window. I'm so sorry if this is annoying anybody. So the first book that I'm reading right now is Beneath the Stars by Emily McIntyre, and actually all 3 of these are romance, which normally if I'm reading 3 books, I definitely don't like them all to be the same genre, because then, you know, you start mixing up characters and plot lines and storylines, and I don't really want that. But actually right now I'm not really mixing things up too badly. I think the stories are different enough that that's not really happening. But Beneath the Stars is a romance book, but I will say that if you go into this book, it has a lot of like really deep topics. I think there's a whole trigger warning list somewhere. I have the audiobook of it, so I feel like it's probably printed somewhere in the physical copy. It's also possible that there is a chapter set for it in the audiobook and I just didn't remember that. But yeah, there's a lot of, I would say, very triggering stuff in that book, but I'm enjoying the book so far. I think 60-ish% of the way through. I've been able to actually listen to quite a bit of it over the last couple days, which is really awesome. So where is the color I'm looking for? I guess I'll do this one. But yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain that book. I'm really bad at explaining books. That's the one thing I'm so bad at, is like explaining a book, because my issue is I'm fully afraid I'm always gonna like accidentally spoil something in the book. But the tropes of this one is second chance. Yeah, it's definitely well, is it really a second chance romance? Kind of a second chance romance. Brother's best friend trope. It is a good book. I would recommend it, and the cover really truly is what got me. Not the older cover, let me be clear. Not the older cover when you search on Goodreads and it's like the first one that pops up of the 2 like normal looking people. No. If you have a real person on your cover, I hate it. I hate it so much. No, the newer cartoon cover is what drew me into the book. Very, very pretty. And this book is a part of a series, like it's a what do they call it? Like a interconnected standalone. So there are other books in the series that I think I am going to continue the series and just kind of see what else, like, you know, comes of the series. And yeah, so that is the, I guess, first book that I'm reading. And then the second book that I put a pause on for the time being is one of my physical books. And what is it called? I'm so bad at this today. Let me look on my Goodreads because I really don't want to, like, just not tell you. I just don't know what it's called. Never Been Shipped. Is that what it's called? Never Been Shipped by Alicia Thompson. And this is, I think, a second chance romance that takes place on a cruise ship. And if you like the vibe of, like, I don't want to call it like a fandom because, like, it's not really a fandom vibe, but, like, it's this band that was together and they played like this really popular like song on this TV show, and then they get invited back on a cruise to like play the songs and like do different like events, like host different events on the cruise or whatever. But there was like a relationship thing with like a couple of the characters, and it's like that kind of deal. It's pretty good so far, but I've only read like maybe like 20% of it because I got probably one of my most anticipated reads of the year available to pick up at the library on Friday, and that is In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams, which is a part of her, where is this drill? Why can't I find this color? That is very strange. It's gotta be here somewhere. I am losing my mind. It's a part of her When in Rome series, and it's actually the last book in the When in Rome series. Ooh, you guys wanna know something? I never edit whippin' chats, but the way I did just spoil the book, so I'm like, dang, I've stopped the clip so I knew where to edit the clip out a little bit. Oh no, maybe let's not do that again. In the first book, you follow the brother of the siblings, and it's about him and this pop star, and it's their romance story, and it's so cute. It's really, really cute. I love that. And then though the other three books follow these sisters. So there's three sisters, and then the other girl that's, you know, with the guy. So it kind of follows that entire grouping of individuals, and this last book is following the final sister, and it's been really cute so far. I'm personally really hoping that it ends up being a 5-star read for me. A lot of Sarah Adams books end up being somewhere in the, like, I don't know, 4 to 4.5 star ranking. I don't know if I've ever given her book of 5 stars. I feel like I've been a lot more picky about my 5 stars, so I don't know, we'll kind of see, but would love a good 5-star read here in the year. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of what I have been reading. As for watching, I am still making my way through Schitt's Creek, which is a lot of fun. That show is really, really funny, and I recommend, if you've never seen it, to watch it. I do love a good sitcom, and that's been a really good, like, lunch show, or, like, when I need something funny. That's been a really good option, so definitely still watching Schitt's Creek quite a bit. And then for listening to, I feel like this is always where I got kind of caught up in the whole reading, watching, and listening to, because, like, I don't know, I feel like when it comes to, like, listening to, I always think of, like, music or, like, a podcast, and, like, as for music, like, I'm always listening to, like, Sabrina Carpenter or Taylor Swift or, like, one of the pop girlies, and then podcast-wise, I mean, I think I told you guys, I'm finally caught up on the middle podcast. I'm finally caught up to where they are in real time, and that has been really awesome to be able to go back to following along in real time. So yeah, other than that, I feel like I don't really have too much to add. Video wise this week, like I said, I really don't know what's to come this week. I wish I had a better idea, but if you have any ideas for me, feel free to drop them in the comments. Always open to suggestions. But yeah, I think I'm gonna let you guys go. This whip and chat felt extra chaotic, especially after I accidentally just, like, went and just said something I should not have with that book. Oh my goodness. But anyways, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me a deer emoji, a deer or an apple, one of the two, and yeah, that is it. Let me know in the comments what you guys were working on while we chatted, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.